Hey, how about it, y'all? You got Hall? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to answer the question, which is better, right? Puzzle Ring or Echo and Nightmare? And I think you're going to be shocked at the results. So stay tuned to the end. No,
That's your theme song
no,
for
the fuck it
your.
ain't. I ain't from goddamn the mountains. All right, I don't know, past 5 days, we've run probably 50 puzzle rings and 50 Echo and Nightmares, trying to compile data. We've run different tests and compiled and compared and this and that, and we kind of settled on a control of 5 runs. And so we're going to do 5 puzzle rings. These are all sanctified with a crucible, and we're going to do 5 echoing nightmares. These are all in groups of 4. These are all on T16, even though it doesn't matter. Just trying to state the control. And it's all run with before and after screenshots. So this is as accurate as we can bring it to you. But let's get to it and let's see who wins. Appreciate y'all. Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button for me. There's 88% of my viewers that aren't subscribed. So, I'm just going to hold y'all up till you do it because it doesn't take but 2 seconds to hit sub. Go ahead and hit it because it helps me out, helps the channel grow, helps me get Starlink. So, that's the goal 1,000 subs. I can get Starlink and I can start streaming because I ain't mild, I'm wild. And we'd like to have fun, so we want to connect with y'all. So, all right, cool. Thanks for doing that. Here we go. All right, I am inserting tobacco.
Certain
But
tobacco.
Go.
All right.
I don't know why I
We
trouble
ready?
myself.
God damn.
Let's do this.
I don't like to be rushed. Don't rush me. Okay. All right.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. That ain't ancient. So here's our result after we run 5 puzzle rings. Okay. Now, it's okay. We're seeing, keep in mind, let me note this right now. We are taking the time to pick up every yellow in the vault. Okay. So again, we're not playing this as an advanced level player that wouldn't pick up any of the yellows because they know it's too much time that wastes, right? But when you have 21 veil crystals, you can't help but pick everything up. We're looking at this as a casual everyday player, but you'll see in a little bit if we don't pick up all the yellows, it starts going down, right? So after 5 puzzle rings, and we kept it at 5 after doing 4 or 5 days worth of studies on this. We kept it at 5 because that's your most real world average person. 5 is what they're going to do, right? So before's on the left, after's on the right. Okay. The puzzle rings, we got plus 254 reusable parts, plus 933 veil crystals, plus 438, what is that, arcane dust, plus 481 death's breath, and a whopping 52 forgotten souls. Now, that forgotten souls right there should tell you the amount of legendaries that drop. It's really not that much, right? The advantage here, so you see our gems on the right side. That is wearing Broken Crown. If you don't know what Broken Crown is, that doubles your drop rate of whatever type of gem you have socketed in your helm. So if you are low on topaz, you see I've got way more topaz than anything else. It's because I had a topaz in my helm running Broken Crown. You can put it in your cube or you can run it on your body, whichever way you choose, right? But highly, highly, highly recommend to never do a puzzle ring without a Broken Crown. So that's the advantage a little bit. It skews your gem numbers a little bit, but you can expect to get more gold and more gems. We did not keep track of gold. All right, now we've seen the puzzle ring. Now we're gonna go watch the Echo and Nightmare, see what happens with it, see the results, and then we're gonna compare puzzle ring and the Echo and Nightmare, the mechanics and everything. Break it all down side by side, and then we're gonna see who the winner is. Did you hit subscribe? Just making sure y'all ain't snuck one by on me. All right. All right, and here's our result after running 5 Echo and Nightmares. And this is pretty crazy. So we've got plus 763 reusable parts, plus 846 arcane dust, plus 886 veil crystals, plus 120 death's breath, plus 441 forgotten souls. Good Lord. Now, notice something interesting about the gems here, okay? Note, we were not wearing a broken crown for the Echo and Nightmare runs, right? So, do you notice something? Now, yeah, the puzzle rings are giving you more Imperial gems, but the Echo and Nightmare gives you more Marquee gems. So, starting to see something, aren't we? We did not take gold into account here, okay? So, obviously, you're going to get way more gold in the vault. But that's pretty interesting to see that you get that many gems from an Echo and Nightmare. All right, so now we're going to compare. We're going to break down in depth each one, and we're going to see who the winner is. All right, so we got our Sanctified Puzzle Ring. The average time of completion was 5.2 minutes. It requires a puzzle ring and a crucible because you're going to sanctify every puzzle ring with a seasonal power. It doesn't matter what it is, you just want to make it sanctified, and then you put it in the cube. So the strategy for running the puzzle rings, you are going to use a crucible on everyone, like I just said, and then you're going to, when you get in there and get everybody in, you're going to clear the entire vault of goblins, and then you loot, right? What we did for these runs was we picked up everything in there, cleared the whole vault. Your team, you will need one team member who can clear the vault. So as long as you have one guy, the rest of y'all can be low levels, low paragon, brand new players, whatever it is. The drops that you're going to get, gold and gems, are guaranteed. You're going to get gold, you're going to get gems. As far as legendaries, set items, rings, mats, shards, any of that, that's all dependent on what kind of goblins that you get. Sometimes you can get an absolutely amazing vault. Sometimes you get one that's mediocre, right? You don't even have to go back to town to clear your inventory. That's just how it goes, right? For both of them, not just for the puzzle ring. It's all dependent on goblins, so it's kind of roll the dice, right? The pros for doing the puzzle ring, it's easier for low levels because you only need one guy. You don't need a bunch of good gear. You don't need to survive into higher tier content or anything like that, right? Easy for low levels. And if you need golden gems, it's the easiest way to get it. The cons to this, okay? There is almost none, very low or no XP coming from Sanctified Puzzle Ring. Even if you go to the end and kill Greed, old slop tits, quad tits, I call her. It is a girl, by the way. If you're curious, the boss at the end of the vault, it's a girl. We looked it up. I saw she had a big old leather thong running down the middle of her ass, and I was like, I wonder if that's a woman or not. Um, but even if clearing the boss, she's gonna drop some stuff. I've had a primal drop from her. I know that the gods over at Maxroll say don't bother picking up, don't bother clearing the end, don't bother wasting the time on greed. She never does anything. I've had her drop crucibles. I've had her drop primals. I've had her drop pretty decent ancient stuff, and it doesn't take very long if you have a good person in your group. So I highly disagree with Rax and all those other guys that say don't kill greed. Okay, take the extra time and kill her. It's really not that much. you could get something really good. She does drop primals. I don't know why they're saying that she doesn't drop anything. The loot's just very variable as well. So sometimes you can get an amazing vault. Sometimes you can get just a teetotal dog shit vault. Just depends. You do not get augment gems. So that's the other thing to think about. No augment gems and the rarity. So this is the issue too. To me, okay, because you have to have two legendary items to do this correctly, it's harder to find what you need. Some guys are having issues finding crucibles. If you're having a weapon that's hard to reroll or it's not giving you the stats you need and you only have an X amount of time per day to play or per week or whatever, it's going to be real hard for you to want to give up some of those crucibles on a puzzle ring when you know it's just all it's going to do is return you maybe a crucible, a couple legendaries, and some gems and gold, right? That's a hard balance to put out unless you've got tons and tons of crucibles, right? There is an argument out there that says that you gain just about a crucible back every time. That's not true. So after running about 50 puzzle rings, you gain a lot of crucibles, but you don't get hardly a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, after 50, I might have got 17 to 20, something like that. Okay. And that was re-sanctifying some other puzzle rings that drop. So, gray area with that, right? You don't, it's not like it pays for itself. It does not pay for itself. It's all variable. So and like I said earlier, the mission is you need to clear that entire vault without losing any goblins. If you lose goblins on either one of these, it's devastating, right? It's a waste. So the puzzle rings, you know, in a nutshell, good for low players, right? That's about it. Good for gems. Depends on what type of gem, right? Good for gold. That's it. All right, and on to our Echo and Nightmare. So the mission here, right? Hit 130 because that's when your goblin shrines are going to start spawning. Before you're overwhelmed. So everything that you do, so it's going to be different than last season, right? If you played last season, you were trying to get to 150. You want to tweak your strategy a little bit here. You just want to hit 130, and then you need to have the way that we do it is have the strongest player in the center, kind of controlling everything, trying to keep us from getting overwhelmed. And then as soon as you hit or hear that, ha ha, trick or treat, you know, whatever it is they say, you look on your mini map and then you pop it. Okay. So you want to hold your pylons until about 100, 110, 120, depending on your strength, right? So if we have a really good group, we wait till about 118 to 120 and then we fire it off. Now keep in mind, this is a little different if you're running Flavor of Times and stuff, but we're not really getting too crazy into the build because we were just running these just like a normal player would run them, just jump in and run them, right? So you want to hold, wait till about 100, 110, 120, hit the pylon, excuse me, y'all, and hit them bandit shrine. As soon as you see the bandit shrine, it looks like a little mini pylon on your mini map. Go over there and hit it, and then start raining down. It is going to start lagging. You just have to do the best you can. Try to stay alive. Try to have your guy in the center controlling the mobs to keep you from getting overwhelmed. It does require a good team. This is important, okay? You cannot have two guys that deal massive amounts of damage and have two guys that are just kind of lower level players, right? It doesn't work because what happens is those two guys end up dying, and the two decent players are the ones that do all the damage. They're trying to do a lot more rolls at once. Okay, trying to keep everything going, trying to looking out, listen for the Goblin Shrine, trying to see if they can do a resurrection, trying to make sure they don't get overrun. So that is we had that experiment go on as well. We ran it with all different types of group, skill level, character class, all kind of things, right? You need damage dealers, and you need um, good geared characters that can stay alive. So you know sometimes you're hitting a 150. You need a decent character. Otherwise, you waste all these keys and you don't get the Goblin Shrine to pop, or you pop the shrine and then as soon as you teleport or whatever over there to hit the shrine, it was just enough time to let you get overwhelmed and you waste it. So we had runs to where we had the most amazing, epic runs to where we got a Goblin Shrine like 10 in a row at 132, 135, and the amount of mats that we got made a puzzle ring look like just a joke. I mean, but then you run 5 or 6, 10 more and try to see what the baseline is with a different group, a different experience, and different Paragon and different character classes, and you maybe get 1 or 2 to pop out of 8. So that's a big one, right? The drops that are going to happen, you're going to get legendary drops, guaranteed, because you get a chest and you get all the bandits. So if you take the bandit shrine out, even if you don't hit the bandit shrine, you're still going to get a chest to pop with legendary items, materials, and blood shards, and a Whisper of Entombment, which is a 125 augment gem that you can use to augment all of your gear that's ancient, instead of having to grind out for legendary gems and doing the gem ups and all, right? So the pros of doing this, you have a pretty good XP gain. So regardless of the nerf on XP, I know a lot of people are talking about they nerfed the XP, they nerfed the XP, they nerfed the XP. Of course they did, right? But you still get a massive amount of XP compared to a puzzle ring. You don't get any XP from doing a puzzle ring. I mean, negligible. Not even something to talk about. But see, last night one of our clan mates, he leveled from a 2,999 Paragon to 3,000 in an Echoing Nightmare. So you can get what you need. Um, it's overall faster. It only takes 3.9 minutes to complete, and it only requires a Petrified Scream key. So that drops from a Greater Rift, and you're doing Greater Rifts anyway. It's going to be part of the drop. So it's faster. There's no emboss, so you don't have to wait to go through the animations agreed. You know, you don't have to wait for the 50-second or 60-second countdown timer. That's the other one. The Echo and Nightmare countdown timer is a lot faster. You can pop them a lot faster than you can doing the puzzle rings. And the problem with the slower countdown timer on a puzzle ring is it allows everybody to, you know, kind of take their time in town and, you know, just waste more time. So there are going to be some cons, right? There's cons with everything. It does require a geared group, like I said. Um, you're going to have lower gold and, depending on your gem types, gem drops. And it's also going to be reliant on your bandit shrine. Okay. So if you can't get that bandit shrine, you're really not going to get the mats that you need. This entire strategy is all about popping that bandit shrine. So now let's see who the winner is, because there is a clear winner here. And the winner is Echo and Nightmare. Absolutely. So the only thing that the puzzle rings have over the Echo and Nightmare is gold and certain gem types and ease, right? So you can pop them solo, you can do them early, you know, whatever, right? Everything else, Echo and Nightmare wins as far as right. So reusable parts, arcane's dust, most of the mats. Okay, so if you take away picking up every item, every yellow item in the vault, they just about, as far as Veil crystals go, they just about hand in hand, right? I mean, just but again, besides Death's Breath, Forgotten Souls, it's way more. I mean, it's just better overall. It's faster. You get experience. it's a no-brainer. It's easier to find the stuff. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what you personally like to run. But as far as the science and the items and the numbers and all of that go, um, Echo and Nightmare is the clear winner. It really is. So let me know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. That's fine. Let me know what you guys do in the comments. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Appreciate it.